6 o'clock on July 1st, 2026. And we're going to start out with our committee meetings. And we will start with Mrs. Jones.
Thank you. Resolution, committee meeting, I'll draft order at 6 o'clock. And resolution number 26R33. A resolution ratifying the City of New Franklin's application for an acceptance of funding through the Ohio Law Enforcement Body Armor Program, authorizing the mayor to execute all documents and take all actions necessary to implement and administer the grant and declaring an emergency. And I'm thinking probably this is the reason that the chief is not here.
Not the police chief.
Not the police chief. And I looked up because...
He's here for another reason.
Okay.
We've got him peppered all over in there.
And this looks like the grant provides reimbursement of 75%, and it's eligible bulletproof vest purchases pursuant to the Ohio Law Enforcement Body Armor. And I thought this was a very good deal. Does anybody else have any comments on it?
It looks like it's $21,000.
Yeah. So we have to spend that, we'll get reimbursed, we have to use it by September, that's why we kind of put it together.
And we gave us $16,007.40, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks like we already rolled in the permission to buy this as well.
Yeah, just because of the time restraints on it, and only one more meeting before September.
How many buses is good?
15, I believe.
They're not inexpensive.
I've got the quote, yeah, it's 15.
You know what, is it 15?
It's 15, I've got the quote right here.
So everybody's okay to waive the 3?
What was the total of the 15?
The total of 15 is going to be,
It's around
just one second.
21,400.
21, I'll find it, Jim.
It's the total
Just one
spend.
second.
It's going to be 21,000 for 15 vests.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awfully good price.
Yeah, I think we order them through the Akron uniforms up there, and we're getting kind of everybody's sized and all those things and getting that together.
Okay,
So,
I mean, that's great, it just seems really inexpensive.
I'm not gonna ask.
I'd just like to say you did a great job on staff for finding these grants and getting them. It saves us, ultimately saves us money.
Correct, correct. It addresses a need, saves us money, absolutely.
Jim, I'm sorry, I don't see the total price on this, but 75% of it is $16,700.
Right, well, that's, it says up to, funding in the amount of 16.
Right.
75% up to 16, so if the bill is 50,000, we would still get 16,000.
Yes.
That's that grant.
But I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's like they're saying 21.
$21,343.20.
Okay.
Is the quote.
Thank you. Everybody okay with waiving the 3 on that?
Yes.
Resolution 26R34. A resolution authorizing New Franklin to apply for a 2026 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant, JAG, for the purchase of 8 GetTac ruggedized mobile data tablets and associated equipment, and declaring that this resolution shall be effective immediately upon passage. I'm assuming the chief is here to speak on this.
This is still.
Sorry.
Steve's gonna get his hand. He's good enough, he can probably get through it.
They always show up for this. This is the funding, we're gonna get 8 of these, and the total price is going to be $46,000. And the grant covers $34,500 of that. Our share being $11,500.
Correct.
But they did tell us it's going to be 8.
Yeah, but this is just to go forward with the grant.
Yes.
That's it, just to be able to apply for it.
And then we'll see something come back if we get it.
Correct.
To a second.
Chief Pickett's already on top of it. We have a pretty sized need to replace those tablets and things like that. I think there's even a few that don't work and stuff, so.
How old are the ones we have now? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because I think
No,
the lifetime is probably very short.
Technology, yeah.
Does anyone have any questions on this? Would you like to waive the 3?
Yes.
I will close our meeting at 6:05.
Move on to the Finance Committee, Mr. Cox.
Thank you. We will open the Finance Committee at 6:05, Resolution 26R35, a resolution authorizing New Franklin to enter into an agreement with Emergency Services Online for state reporting software for fire and EMS and declaring an emergency. I would have appreciated the fire chief being here tonight, but he was unable
But the police chief showed
to.
it
But the
twice.
police chief has shown up for it. So this is what is this?
This is a software package
Yes.
that we use for a number of different things. We've used a software for patient care reporting. We're required by the state to report and national for our grants and everything else. We're required to report. And what we've done is since right around 2002, we've been using an electronic or a software version to report that stuff to the state. Used to be we had to mail them in, and the state's gone electronic, and since about 2002. So what it is all of our patient care reports, we don't handwrite anything anymore. They're all done electronically on an iPad. So they get logged in or filled out and then shipped to the main computer somewhere in Iowa or somewhere, and then they make sure, then the software company makes sure that it all gets reported correctly to the state and to the federal for us.
Okay.
So this package is to replace the one we currently have, which we're using right now. We're using IMS. We've been using that since 2014. And it's just, it was started by a couple of actually Plain Township, a fire captain from Plain Township, and his brother was a software guy who started it. But it is, since they're not putting into it what they used to put into it, it's kind of at its end of life. Our IMS is provided to us through our medical advisor, or our medical director, which is SUMA Akron City Hospital. So SUMA provides us with the IMS. They pay the cost for us to use the IMS. Again, the IMS is slow. It's very difficult to get any data out of IMS for us. It was great when we first had it, but it's like I said, it's at the end of its life. So we're looking to go to the ESO. A lot of our guys are familiar with ESO from other departments. Firemen talk, if you can believe that. And they all seem to like it. We looked at a number of 3 different, I believe, software vendors and packages, and the ESO definitely was, while it wasn't the least expensive, it definitely had the most to offer for us. So it will cover our fire reports, our EMS reports. It'll cover our all of our personnel management, so certification renewals, everything that come up, they'll all be in that. It'll also cover our inspection, so businesses, all the fire safety inspections can be logged in under that, and then the records are kept there. They can be inspection reports can be emailed where they need to go. We can email them also to the state. If we need to have conversations with the state fire marshal's office, we can do that directly through the iPad and through this application. So at this point, like SUMA has been providing our IMS. SUMA is no longer going to do that as of the end of this year. They are they're working on a project of actually not paying 100% of the EMS module, but at least a percentage of it. The talk has been, I'm trying to get something in concrete from Akron City Hospital, but the number that's going around and from the med advisor is they're going to cover 80% of it, the cost of the EMS, which is 80% of the EMS cost is, for them, would be $7,098 of the total cost. So the total cost
For the rest of 2026, correct?
yes, yeah, well,
2027 would be the 14,000.
so the 14,000 would be 2027. This year's cost would be, they're saying the cost for this year, if we had it for the full year, would have been $15,834.85. They're gonna prorate that so that we can start this month, July, they can start building our platform. They customize a platform for us with all of our information in it, our hydrants, all of those things go into this. So to start building that, this year's cost would be the $8,651.83 for 26, and then 27's cost would be the 14,000.
Okay.
Is there an initialization fee or anything, or why isn't it, if you say it's 15,000, why is it total of the 17,000 as a prorated? Instead of halfway through the year, shouldn't it be half of that?
The prorate is
Yeah.
8,000, that's all we're paying.
I know, I thought you said it was 16,000 for the year, which that pushes over 17,000.
That's not-
There were some one-time charges too. Okay.
There are some one-time setup charges. There's a charge for training. They're gonna come out and conduct 2 training classes for us. So there are a few, and they are in that quote as far as the one-time charges go. So there are a few charges that we won't see again next year.
So with the custom setup that they're doing, that'll take approximately 2 months before we go live with the system.
That's gonna take, they're saying 6 months to get it up. Our goal is we wanna have it up and operational January 1 of 27, because, now we'll test it obviously before then, have the training and the testing, but we don't want to, our goal is not to split the year. So we have half a year of EMS records on IMS and half a year, or, the last 3 months of the year on ESO and the rest of the year on IMS. Our goal is, and they've recommended that we have a cutoff date or a start date for that of January 1. So,
I
but
feel like they can make that, correct?
yes, yeah.
And also, just to add on to your point, a lot of our surrounding communities, such as Green, Barberton, are using it, so it'll help us build that customization too, with, building patient info and things like that, where we don't have to completely start from scratch on a lot of that. Is that correct? to
Yes,
say, too?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like mutual aid, we can share, because we normally, a lot of times we have to, if we respond mutual aid to say Barberton, then we send Barberton a copy of the patient care report. Likewise, if they come to us, they send us a copy. Right now, some of those have to be faxed, whereas when we're on the same platform, they can just be seamlessly sent to each other.
And this works with hospitals also?
Yes.
And all of our hospitals, local hospitals, are part of the ESO system?
Yes, yeah. The data, while they have the connectivity with ESO.
Okay.
So yes, they receive a lot of that data. The other thing is too, if we have, with us would be patients, if we see somebody today and then we go out next week and see them again or 6 months from now, all of that patient information is available to just download, and then you don't have to re-enter it you just verify it, and it definitely speeds up the call.
Terrific. Does this integrate with the dispatch center at all?
It has some integration with the CAD. Unfortunately, that would be a Stephen Cook question to answer.
Is he a police officer?
He could, no. But he couldn't be here tonight. I was hoping to have him with me to answer just that question, because I've been told yes, but
Okay.
I cannot explain how it does work.
Well, I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate the information that you shared with us. And I think for us laymen, we don't really realize everything that this is going to do for us. With my research looking into it, is a terrific program that's going to be very helpful to your department and your personnel. And I think that the cost of it, I am disappointed that we're going to be paying for a half a year and not being able to use it. I thought I saw on their website or somewhere that it was a 70-day setup, and now hearing that it's going to be 6 months, that's a little concerning, but if it comes through like everybody says it will, I guess it's worth the investment.
Yeah, I can say, you know, with the other chiefs in the county, there's a good majority of the county now uses ESO, and I have not heard really any bad things about it.
Perfect. I'm comfortable waiving the 3. We want to get this started. Again, it's July 1st, and so we want the contract to start July 1st. But of course, if we need to take time on it, we can. Anybody have questions or concerns?
I've got a couple of questions here. I see it looks like it's volume of call based as far as the charges.
Yes.
So it looks like it's contingent on how many calls you have.
Yeah.
It looks like it's an auto renewing contract.
Yes.
So although it's a 18-month term initially, at that point it kind of rolls over and renews on an annual basis.
Unless we send them note, I believe it's 90-day notice.
That's what I was going to ask. What is that period for a termination if you were ever awarded it as a 30, 60, 90?
I believe it's 90-day notice.
Do they give you the renewal prices prior to that 90 days?
Yes.
I think it's a good option. I mean, it gives us uniformity, especially among other departments and stuff. It improves services.
Okay, wave 3. Thanks. We will move on to what's next.
37.
37. I hear 37. I hear 38. Okay, resolution authorizing New Franklin to renew membership in the Public Entities Pool of Ohio, PEP, and to enter into an agreement with Summit Insurance Agency to be the local representative with Birmingham and Flower of Ohio as sales and member services provider, with Sedgwick as the administrator, and with PERSO, Public Entity Risk Services of Ohio, as claims and risk control service provider, for the purpose of providing liability insurance and property damage coverage for New Franklin and declaring an emergency. Does anybody need me to repeat that?
Sound like an awful.
So this is a insurance program that we've been with for, I don't know, 12 years, I believe. And many communities, right now we're saying 600 communities, counties, cities, villages, fire, ambulance districts, health districts, et cetera, all participate in this program. I believe we have a guest here that has come to answer any questions, or maybe give us a little presentation. Whatever.
I invited Jim to come because I'm new to this as well. I hear insurance and I immediately clench up as a business and homeowner. Jim was kind enough to come in and give me a high-level overview, and I just thought it'd be a good idea for him to do the same with you guys. In fact, moving forward with some new faces in here, we meet with our department heads, make sure we're covered, all vehicles, things like that. He's offered to do too, but without further ado, Jim representing that.
Thanks. I think I was here last year, the year before, so I will try not to repeat some of the things I said, but you're correct. Mr. Cox, PEP is now endorsed by the Ohio Municipal League and the Ohio Park and Rec Association and the Association of Ohio Health Commissioners and the Ohio Water Coalition. So I think there's about 800 members now. Cities, villages, I think there's a county or two, even though the county has their own separate pooling program endorsed by the county commissioners. And the programs work very well. Your premium is up, 15.4% this year. All but 5% of that is due to exposure increase, primarily property. Your total property is up over 5 million, and you have more vehicles. We rate your liability premiums on things like expenditures, the number of employees, and those are both up as well. I handed out just a quick sheet that details a little bit more concisely exactly what we are insuring. So all your liability, I guess I should go in order here. You have 18.1 million in blanket building and property. Blanket, so this building here is insured for a little over 4 million, but with a blanket, if it's wiped out and all the contents are destroyed, you're not limited to that 4 million. You pay up to 18.1 million to rebuild and refurnish everything you have here. Miscellaneous property are items that are not always at the same location, road equipment. We schedule those items individually valued over $5,000, and then for those under $5,000, it's kind of a catch-all. And we have a little over 4 million in that type of property. Computers, hardware and software is about 400,000, and then maybe Sue knows what the fine arts is.
I am not sure what that is.
I'm gonna ask.
We were
Oh,
talking
so
about
you
that,
had-
we thought it was like community events.
There's a portrait of Mayor
We
Bowles.
do have, I
Wait,
mean, we
It's
did.
that math that.
Well, don't say that, that's one of the things that is actually insured, so.
I mean, that's what's listed in the policy, is a map.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
that's
in the conference room?
That's the map.
Oh,
So
that's-
it's insured, yeah.
It's a wonderful time.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah. So that's what that is.
And I also wonder if like at the theater have stuff like that, we have some, historic signs and stuff. I don't know if that would
I
be.
don't think they got,
That
they
would
got
be-
rid of everything.
Okay.
That's true.
I was wondering if you knew what else was.
No, that's the only thing I recall seeing in the thing. Got it, I'm sorry.
So, as you can see, total of 22.6 million in property is insured. I put down cause of loss special, it's also known as all risk. I'm not supposed to use the term all risk anymore because there are exclusions in the policy, but special is the broadest way to insure property. 3 exclusions that you're able to buy back: flood, earthquake, and sewer and drain. You already have, I think, 100,000 in sewer and drain coverage. I don't believe, in fact, I know you don't have flood or earthquake coverage. I'm not suggesting you should have that, I just want to point out that you don't have flood or earthquake. Flood does not include, toilet backing up, water line breaking. Flood is a rising body of water getting in from the outside. It would be flood peril. And then replacement cost, just new for old, and then the deductible is $1,000. All of the liability coverage lines, general liability, auto liability, wrongful acts or public officials liability, employee benefit liability, specialized coverages for the police department and fire department are at $5 million except cyber insurance, which is at $1 million. And there's no deductible for those lines except for the public officials, $2,500, and police professional, $3,000. So in addition to the property, we also insure your 62 vehicles. I put down 8 fire vehicles. And those are insured kind of unique to PEP. We call it replacement cost, but it's really known as guaranteed replacement cost. Your homeowner policy may be guaranteed replacement cost, which means they'll go above the listed coverage amount to replace, in this case, the fire units. Mayor and I were talking about how long it takes to get a new fire truck, but then also how expensive the cost just keeps going up. So in the policy, we list the amount that we price it at, what we value it at. But if it exceeds that, if it's total, it goes beyond that, we'll pay for similar capabilities of that fire unit or ambulance. That totals $6.9 million valuing the vehicles. And then you'll see that the premium went up from 133 to 153.5. Again, all but 5% of that kind of makes sense based on increased exposure with property, vehicles, and employees and expenditures. Susan and her staff always takes advantage of a $1,000 grant for buying safety items for different departments. Pretty easy for you to get to that. That's really all I have unless you have questions.
Anybody have questions, comments? You mentioned that our price has gone up 15.4%, I believe.
Yes.
And last year we had an increase of 16.7%, and the year before is 8.6%. And we all realize, we've seen it through the healthcare, that insurance costs go up. I guess my thought is, we've been with PEP for 12 years now. Have we looked into other options besides PEP? There are other organizations, companies that provide municipal insurance. I think for, not time now, but I think for next year, we should do our due diligence and go out for bids for our insurance, and just make sure that we are getting great coverage. And so far, for the last 12 years, we have gotten terrific coverage. But I think it's our responsibility to make sure we're getting the best price for the best product. My thought is that we would probably see that we are in the best position, but I think it's important for us to know that. So I think next year we should look at what other options are out there for us, and it doesn't make sense for us to look at other things. We did that with our health insurance a few years back with the same company forever and ever. And then we started looking at our options and found that there were some pretty good options out there for us. That'd be my thought. And I'm glad to hear that we've been taking advantage of the $1,000 grant, for our safety purposes, whatever. It is mentioned with your website that there's training and services, other services provided available for us. Have we taken advantage of any of those
I assume you have for cyber in particular, and I know Stephanie uses the online resources for all kinds of different things that are
Training
helpful.
modules.
Training modules.
Excellent. Fantastic. So again, we are seeing rate increases like every insurance, like everybody is at home and stuff. But again, your company provides a lot of extra services for us that we appreciate and are taking advantage of, and hope we can continue to take advantage of those. Again, this is July 1st, and kind of need to renew. If anybody have questions or concerns? Comfortable waiving three?
We have one
Oh, we do have one.
question from Law Director Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could comment for everybody's hearing edification, and really, as we look forward to doing, exploring some other options next year, we appreciate your perspective on the $5 million amount, and whether you think that's sufficient coverage, considering the size of the city, and then also what other, if in other communities where you do work and you represent them, do they maintain that $5 million, or is there, an umbrella coverage? We're just trying to make sure
Yeah,
that
that's
we
a good
appropriately
question.
insure.
$3 million is the minimum that you're able to buy. It'd be difficult for me to say that, $5 million is enough. You never know what's going to happen, but I can tell you that a $5 million judgment against an entity, they don't happen very often. So what does that mean? I don't know if there's ever been a $5 million judgment in PEP. I'm happy to get back to Sue and let her know if that's the case. With the sister program, the PEP is a township program, and there have been a couple claims approaching $5 million that I'm aware of. But you have police department, fire department, and things can happen. And there are options to increase that. As a professional insurance agent, I would never say that, flatly you have enough coverage. You don't know what's going to happen. But compared to other entities, I think $5 million is in line with what they have.
Any other questions, comments? Comfortable waiving? Fantastic. We will waive the three, ask to waive the 3 readings on this. And then let's see, what else do we have? I guess that's it for the Finance Committee. So we'll close Finance Committee at 6:29.
All right, we'll move on to Streets and Drainage, Ms. Gilman.
Thank you. We'll open up the Streets and Drainage Committee at 6:29 p.m., starting with resolution number 26R36, a resolution awarding bid to Sistone Excavating Services, LLC, for the City of New Franklin, Melody Village Culvert Improvements Project, Part B, and declaring an emergency. So what this resolution really does, it awards the construction contract to System Excavating Services LLC, like the title says, at $647,957, which was the lowest and best bidder for OHM. The only other bidder on this project was Kavanaugh, which was at $856,980. The good thing I want to talk about real quickly is that the OHM construction estimate was $797,000, while System only bid $647,000, which is about $149,000 cheaper than the estimate, which is always good to save about $150,000 that we estimated we would have to spend. This is piggybacking off the part one that we approved in February 25, I believe.
Systems that we used to.
No, the OHM, the design part. Oh, that was this year. February this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, in February.
This year.
Trying to get my dates right. In February, we already approved OHM to design this, so this is the second part of the construction that's following that. Let's see, the construction administration I looked up was approved May 20th of 2026 via resolution 26R26. So that's when we did that for OHM. And then obviously we advertised the bids in the Akron Legal News on May 19th and 26th. The bids opened on June 9th, 2026, and OHM reviewed all the bids and still recommended Systems, which was also the cheapest. Any other comments or questions?
I'm trying to remember, is this part of a reimbursement or a grant?
Yeah.
So this is the OPWC,
Yes.
50% off. Did we do that?
I think it's 80%. I think it's
80,
80,
okay.
I think we pay 20%. And we've already done some Melody Builders culverts, this is the second.
Yeah.
of that.
Is this the last culvert in that development?
Well, this is more than one.
One more?
Three phases?
After that.
Yeah.
And for Mr. Powell's favorite thing, does this include a contingency?
It does not. Should we, is that something?
Are you asking me? But, I'm always in favor of a 10% contingency if you're willing to build that in. That makes life easier in the event that there is a change order. It gives us flexibility to handle those as they may come.
Didn't they have a problem with the last one where there was a gas line or something?
Well, we're trying to handle that now, correct?
Not with Systems, no.
No, but.
But just
Enbridge.
make sure you say that.
So Enbridge is relocating those, we pushed the pre-construction meeting back on that to try to address all those issues before we move forward. Am I correct there, Jeff?
I hope. We have a pre-con meeting scheduled, but we haven't had it yet.
Yeah, I know, it's been pushed back a few times on behalf, while we wait for Enbridge to do their deal over there.
So do we want to amend this resolution to show a budget of $712,752.70
I'm
to
comfortable
add a
with that.
contingency?
All right, let me type that
Okay,
out.
so I gave that number once, I'm not giving it again.
Let's say 10% contingency.
$712,752.70.
And we'll try to get in the habit in all these resolutions, this way to have that, kind of have that in automatically.
It just streamlines it and keeps the progress moving. Really makes the vote fast.
Real quick, Kelly, did you get that?
Yes.
Perfect. Any other questions or comments on resolution R36? Seeing none, we'll just move on to resolution 26R39. A resolution authorizing New Franklin to enter into an agreement with Signal Service Company for repair of a traffic signal and declaring an emergency. So this authorizes the Signal Service Company, a good looking name for a company that changes signals, to repair the damaged signal that was hit at the Manchester and Renninger Roads intersection. The temporary repairs are not to exceed $15,593, it says. And then the full equipment repair is not to exceed $35,555. And that means the total is $51,000, no, that's not the total. Yes, $51,148.00. So the damage happened on April 15, 2026. So That was really annoying when I went out. I remember trying to drive north on 93 that day, and
I was stuck in that too.
yeah,
The construction company with me that said it wasn't us.
Wasn't us.
And my window rolled down, so.
yeah. I believe some truck was driving down the road with a bed, tilt bed truck, and left their tilt bed out, and then hit the light. It was a nice little one we had there. I had it gone. But of course, before this meeting, I sent the mayor over a question about if we're going to pursue compensation for the damages done against the other insurance company through subrogation. And he said we are going to pursue that, so we're going to pay for this now to get it done, and then we'll get the reimbursement we're seeking from the driver's insurance.
Correct, I've already engaged Law Director Pitchford on that. I don't know if you want to speak to that at all.
No, we've done the research, we pulled the insurance company's name, we also have the driver, and we've got a demand letter going out to them.
Already done.
Not already mailed, but it is already written.
Stop asking us.
We were double checking costs of this,
Yeah.
making sure.
We met on the last week about that.
The complaint is pretty reasonable. Any other questions or comments?
Did we include our costs for personnel, EMS, or whoever, fire, whoever else may have been out there? And are we taking into consideration the potential of them asking for depreciation on the asset?
The answer, I have to go back and look at the packet that we have on depreciation, but the answer is yes on all the rest of those items that we talked about in the demand letter that I sent, stating all of those things. When I wrote the demand letter, I didn't have the dollar amount, so I did include those concepts. Whether or not the packet I have on the dollar amount reflects all those, I got it up there.
Did we charge personnel and vehicle costs, or just general costs?
We're gonna ask for all of it. It's what's called consequential damages, right? The direct costs are the actual cost of the signal, but everything else, our response and all those things, we still incurred that cost. And it flows directly from their negligence. And so we'll pursue it. We'll see how far the insurance company wants to go. If they ask for up here, maybe we actually at least get our hard costs back.
And we don't have all those costs yet either, because the project isn't finished.
Yeah, that's where I was going, it's just to kind of put the number up here just to make sure we capture our accurate.
And so is there a point of insurance falls short of what we're owed that the city goes after the company that owns the truck?
Yeah, I would be floored if their insurance is inadequate to cover our damages here. Like their commercial motor vehicle, they should have at least,
There's minimums that are
yeah,
way high.
750,000 or $1 million. So, yeah, I would be surprised if they don't have sufficient coverage.
Any other questions or comments? Perfect. Comfortable waiving 30? Perfect. We will close the Streets and Drainage Committee at 6:37 p.m.
Move on to Community Development Committee, Mr. Plusty.
Open Community Development Committee at 6:37 p.m. with Resolution 26-R-38, a resolution approving the installation costs for the Sisler Park restrooms and declaring an emergency. And this is just the installation for connecting to the packing plant at the middle school, correct?
Correct.
For both of the bathrooms going in. Installation costs public contracted electrical services will not exceed $13,180, and the plumbing is not to exceed $16,793.13 for a total of $29,973.13. Have they come up with a route? Because I know I've been asked on where they're going to run that. Are they running it through?
Yeah, so, and Deputy Search Director is here as well. We've kind of revisited that. Obviously, want to make sure we do it properly and everything's been laid out correct.
Yeah, it's, the paths are established, yeah, they're not marked or anything, but yeah, the paths are established for both the water and the sewer. The electric, most of the electric conduit's already in, it's run previously, we just have one link left to run. What's in front of you is really the material for the plumbing. We'll install it in-house and then contracted electric. There will be at least one more resolution needed for fencing around that when we're all done, around the bathrooms.
And we're hooking into the well next to, down by the Sisler Field, right?
Say
That
that
where we're hooking into the
Yes.
well, the water in the well?
Yeah, we've visited that. We have some options there on how we run the water from the well that's there to get it where we need it.
We've consulted Lens Excavating, just some of the local guys have been very kind and, consulting to make sure we do it right.
So those prices take into consideration if that is an irrigation pump down in the well and not a pump that would normally be used for
It's an irrigation pump, yeah, it's extremely overpowered for what we need. We'll probably have to replace the pump that's in there with a smaller one, or else we'll have to put like 5 large air tanks somewhere to kind of absorb the pressure of that well to go to the bathrooms.
Is that cost already in there? Is that something we're gonna look at a later date?
No, we don't have that cost. We just had that discussion this week, and we haven't made any decisions on which route we'll go with that.
All right, thank you.
Will this be coming out of Parksville?
Timeframe for them to be installed and operational?
The bathrooms, we'll probably start delivering them to the concrete's poured there. We'll probably start setting the bathrooms tomorrow. We'll probably get 2 there. As far as hooking up the plumbing and the electric, will depend on the resolution passing. But it should happen, I would say within the month, we'll have plumbing and electric. We have some questions left on the well, so, ideally the goal is to have them completely operational by next summer. So we have a little bit of time, and, I don't like to commit to a hard timeline because the service department gets emergencies pretty regularly that pull us off of stuff like that.
Sure.
Any more questions? Comfortable waiting 3? We'll close the Community Development Committee at 6:41.
All right, we'll call our regular council meeting, if you'll join us for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Cox?
Present.
Mr. Schaefer?
Present.
Mrs. Jones? Mr. Powell?
Present.
Mr. Plessy?
Present.
Mr. Wolf?
Present.
Mr. Almond?
Present.
We have a motion for approval of the minutes for the regularly scheduled meeting of June 3rd, 2026.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Schaefer? Abstain.
Yeah, I was trying to remember that was the one I was asking.
Mrs. Jeffens?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Plessy?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
This is the time for public comment. Please keep your comments 4 minutes or under and address council and not the stand and state your name and address.
It's Robin Akey, 1215 Central Road. First of all, I want to thank that I have less traffic on my road this week. Thank you very much. It's like,
now.
I'm running hard by and like, who's that? I did feel bad for the rubbish guys.
Yeah.
They had a lot coming on. Anyway, thank you. I got peace for 2 weeks. So. Thank you. I wanted to bring a point up there's some of a charter conflict with 3 members of council. And it pertains to Article 4, point 03. Article 4 relates to council and the duties and the requirements. And point 03 talks about the qualifications to be on council. It's a short section, it has 2 paragraphs. What I'm concerned about is the second paragraph, and I'll read it here. I have a copy. I have some information copies for you, President, if you'd like. It says, a council person shall hold no other elective office, period. A council person shall not be otherwise employed by, directly or indirectly, nor hold any other office in this municipality except as provided in this charter. And just for full disclosure, I sat on the original charter commission. It was 20 years ago. This flown by, but I just wanted to make sure, and I saw this issue, is that in the recent election, May 5th, 2026, the primary, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Plusty, and Mr. Almond all ran for Central Committee membership, 3 members on the Central Committee. That is an elective office. It is on the website of the Board of Elections that all 3 parties won, but this charter clearly states that you cannot hold any elective office. If you look up on your laptops, you can see that. I can bring a copy of the information that I have. I have screen prints of the Summit County election report, their certified issues, and when you look up an individual that lives in the precinct they represent, it shows that those individuals are elected officials, and as part of that precinct, they're part of my elected officials or others in that precinct. So may I bring this to the clerk?
So I want to speak a little bit on what a central committee even is and how it's representative of party representation, not any governmental representation at all. So I'm trying to think if I know the state law is being on a party central committee is elected. I do not believe so.
So party. Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to look at it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your comments, Mr. Arnold.
Oh, it's
talking with
the central committee is a party aligned representation thing. It's not. It's a non-governmental entity.
Correct.
So if
But the charter does not distinguish. It just says any elected office.
Yeah, that's a very, it's a very textualist point of view on it. I'm trying to think of the intent behind such language in the charter, not the textualism framing of it. So,
May I speak on that?
Yeah.
The intent? The intent would prevent anyone that had any influence from another elected office to be in there. As a political party committee member, you have influence for that party, encouraging others to run possibly for election, to encourage the issues, and that's the intent, to not induce any unnecessary influence on individuals, whether they're part of the municipality or residents of the municipality. That is the intent of it. That's why it didn't specify, but it's okay to be, part of what you're referencing as the central committee. Even though it is a political party, the commission, the charter commission specifically said that you cannot hold any other elected office because there could be undue influence upon the residents and or the government. So I'm not sure what the answer is. I think it needs to be looked at. I think it should be resolved to the letter of what the charter states. I don't have anything against anybody being on the central committee. In fact, I looked at it several years ago, and Mrs. Jones can attest to that. But it's just saying that you can't do both. You pick to be a council person, or you pick to be on the central committee and go from there. So I wanted to bring it to your attention, and I hope you resolve it according to the way the charter currently stands. If you would want to change it, the next charter review commission could add language in it. But I remember we had many discussions. You could pull up the notes from those meetings, accessible or whatever else. Do you have any other questions of me? Please ask.
Okay.
I just want to, I'm reading the section slowly. I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read section 403 as an entirety and not pulling out what's in your individual's word meaning or textualist point of view. Is that if you read 403 as a whole, the intent is obvious, I would say, is that every other restriction in the section targets governmental entanglement. When I believe that there is case law in the state of Ohio about this really kind of here bars other public office, not elected office. So if I run for a elected office in the Kiwanis Club, I think it's differentiating the part that this is not governmental office, it's internal party politics, not real governmental electoral politics.
So I was going to ask you, what about nonprofit, election nonprofit positions?
I don't think that was included on that. You're talking about an elected office that goes through the Board of Elections. A Kiwanis president is not an elective office as defined by the Board of Elections or by the state of Ohio. If you look in the Ohio Revised Code, I don't remember the number, but it does state when it's talking about political parties. I think it's in 35, don't quote me on the number, but it's talking about the structures of political parties, what needs to be done, the reporting that's required, not just finance reporting, but also making sure that there's a list of members. If you look on party committee, central committee, the website for them, They even indicate on there that they are elected officials.
Okay, I think at this point, we'll refer this to our law director, and we will reconvene on this matter when he has a.
I'm happy to look into it. I've dealt with similar situations in the definition of what charter would mean and where the particular phrase is not defined either in the charter or in our codified ordinances. There are certain, to the extent there would even be a problem, there are ways to cure the problem, but I'm not seeing it as a problem presently, but I would reserve the right to formally plant my flag on that and research it, and I'll be happy to offer a formal opinion.
That sounds good. Are there any other public comments at this point? Seeing none, we will move on to our first readings. We will start with Resolution 26R-33. Billy?
A resolution ratifying the City of New Franklin's application for and acceptance of funding through the Ohio Law Enforcement Body Armor Program, authorizing the mayor to execute all documents and take all actions necessary to implement and administer the grant and declaring an emergency.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-reading rule for Resolution 26R-33.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 26R-33.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes. Resolution 26R-33 passes 7-0. Moving on to Resolution 26R-34.
A resolution authorizing New Franklin to apply for a 2026 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant for the purchase of 8 GETAC ruggedized mobile data tablets and associated equipment, and declaring that this resolution shall be effective immediately upon passage.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-reading rule for Resolution 26R-34.
Second.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 26R-34.
Second.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Resolution 26R-34 passes 7-0. Resolution 26R-35.
A resolution authorizing New Franklin to enter into an agreement with Emergency Services Online for state reporting software for fire and EMS and declaring an emergency.
This resolution is assigned to the Finance Committee. We move to waive the 3 readings on Resolution 26R-35.
Second.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
We move to adopt Resolution 26R-35.
Second.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Resolution 26R-35 passes 7-0. Resolution 26R-36.
A resolution awarding a bid to Systems Excavating Services LLC for the City of New Franklin Melody Village Culvert Improvements Project, Part B, and declaring an emergency.
This resolution was assigned to the Streets and Drainage Committee. I motion to waive the 3 readings.
Second.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr.
Excuse
Cox?
me, I'm sorry. Should this be as amended since we
As
changed the
amended.
dollar
That's
amount?
amended.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
I motion to adopt resolution number 26R36
Second.
As amended.
as amended.
I still second. Everybody got it.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Resolution 26R-36 passes, as amended, passes 7-0. Resolution R-26R-37.
A resolution authorizing New Franklin to renew membership in the Public Entities Pool of Ohio, PEP, and to enter into an agreement with Summit Insurance Agency to be the local representative with Burnham and Flower of Ohio as sales and member services provider, with Sedgwick as the administrator, and with PERSO, Public Entity Risk Services of Ohio, as claims and risk control service provider for the purpose of providing liability insurance and property damage coverage for New Franklin and declaring an emergency.
This resolution is assigned to the Finance Committee. We move to waive the 3 readings on Resolution 26R37.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was this?
I think it was Devin?
Give it to me.
Okay. Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
We move to adopt Resolution 26R37.
Second.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes. Resolution 26R-37 passes 7-0. Move on to Resolution 26R-38.
A resolution approving the installation cost for the Sisler Park restrooms and declaring an emergency.
This resolution was assigned to the Community Development Committee. We move to waive the 3.
Second.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Move to pass resolution 26-R-38.
Second.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes. Resolution 26R-38 passes 7-0. Our last one, resolution number 26R-39.
A resolution authorizing New Franklin to enter into an agreement with Signal Service Company for repair of a traffic signal and declaring an emergency.
This resolution was assigned to the Streets and Drainage Committee and was not amended. I motion to waive the 3 readings.
Second.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
I motion to adopt resolution number 26R39.
Second.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Klesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Resolution 26R-39 passes 7-0. And we'll be moving on to our mayor's report.
Thank you. As you can probably tell, the carpet installation is hopefully nearing the end of the project. We are piecing everything back together, and I appreciate residents and city team members alike for their patience throughout the process. It's been a lot to work around. People have been getting uprooted and moved around. By next meeting, we should be whole again, hopefully, and put this behind us. And Sue would appreciate that as well. Just a friendly reminder that at our next council meeting, August 5th, we will have our public hearing on the Consolidated Land Use Code draft. During the latest public hearing of the City of New Franklin Planning and Zoning Commission, a motion was made to approve this draft with some minor revisions outlined in Article 2, Section 200.3, Code Amendment of the current City of New Franklin Zoning Code. The motion was passed, and now the next step is the August 5th meeting, which will be the public hearing. Zoning consultant Fred Barrera is planning on attending as well.
All road work by our service department in the Coleman, Durbin, and Hyman areas has been completed by the city. We recently met with Enbridge gas officials, almost by chance, Joe, would you say, in a way, and learned that they too have some major infrastructure upgrades in that same area that we were unaware of that were scheduled for next year. They were expediting their design and contact process in an attempt to have the work completed before our paving project begins, but they just couldn't meet the timeline to have all their infrastructure improvements done by then and on time. Considering this, we have decided to delay the final paving of this area until early next summer. Enbridge is tentatively scheduled to work in that neighborhood through the fall and spring, doing the work they need to do, so it's all set to go. Fortunately, we have an alternative paving schedule prepared and are currently finalizing the alternate roads we're gonna put in place. Although not ideal, this will save money, so we only have to pave them once, not to go back and redo the work. Again, late in the game, but glad we caught it. And going forward, and the positive outcome of that meeting was that we made all the important contacts. I mean, where we could send schedules to them, where the communication has gotten a lot better to avoid conflicts like this in the future. And all comes down to communication, really. Would you agree?
I would agree, yeah.
Okay. Considering the recent home explosion in Twinsburg that most have seen in the news, I kind of want to touch on that, bring everyone up to speed on where New Franklin is on this process of installing fiber optic cable. There's two different things going on. We have Summit Connects, which is connecting all the county buildings. That's all the government buildings in the county. That's 95% complete. That Twinsburg situation was not that. It was kind of how we have Lumos in our city doing some of this work. To avoid the tragedy, although thankfully someone unknown was killed in that explosion, we have been closely monitoring Lumos. Just a New Franklin situation, different carrier, but I think they use a lot of the same subcontractors and things like that. And have unfortunately had to stop them from working on several occasions for not working in the permitted areas and repeated violations. In the city of Greene, I was talking to the mayor over there that, they've experienced about a gas line strike a week, up to about 24 of them. So they've taken a pause. The good thing is, Greene and the county, they just now took a pause. We're a few weeks ahead of them because I've had our service department, our police department, neighbors looking out because we just continue to catch them repeatedly out working in areas they shouldn't be working in. And we want to be pro-business and work with them and appreciate them putting it in at their cost. But we want there to be planning. Where are we going to put it? If we ever do have extra infrastructure, come down those roads, we don't have to delay the project because the fiber optic cable's in the place it's not supposed to be. So we've been really working on inspections and things like that to hold them accountable. And for 2.5 weeks, probably, we won't even let them work in the city because of the repeated violations. And about 5 times, would you say?
5 times, yeah.
5 times where we have laid it out, City Engineer Noble, Deputy Service Director Hercules, myself, and a lot of the others on the team. It feels like we're beating our head against the wall sometimes because we keep saying the same things. And we found the most effective way to get them to course correct is to screw up their schedule. From our fines to, that's all seems like part of doing business, and we just don't want to go down that road too far and hold them accountable. I've involved Law Director Pitchford in it, so he's up to speed on what's going on with that. Again, I want to offer all the modern amenities to our residents. I just want it done right and by our, if you're going to play in the sandbox, you got to play by our rules sort of situation. And not only with this, but anything going on in our right-of-ways going forward. But I just wanted to mention that because it was a very hot topic, and the county has taken a pause on all their stuff. They're working on new legislation to address it and want all the municipalities in the county to follow suit. So we're kind of all on the same page on this. So we're keeping a close eye on that going forward. And like I said, we were a few weeks ahead of it because I was driving to my house one day and I'm like,
you guys aren't supposed to be here, and there was a big argument that ensued, and you guys had been sitting in all the meetings and do exactly what they should have been permitted to work. So hopefully that gets better and hopefully it resolves. And unfortunately, a lot of those things are reactionary. After something like that happens, all of a sudden we're getting emails that say, hey, look at all these extra safety precautions we're doing. But, we would like you something hasn't happened like that down here. But we'll keep you posted on that as we move forward. But just wanted to bring it up. Moving on to the Route 93 sewer project. Unfortunately, this AP's Center Road cul-de-sac closure, it's sounding like it'll be over by this week. They'll be through there, and we won't have to close Center Road. We found that out in a progress meeting this afternoon. Just also want to put a side note out there. We're trying with traffic control. It's not ideal, and we appreciate again everyone's patience and encourage anyone with any issues to contact us. And we're communicating that to OHM and Lockhart Construction. The cruisers, our police, we're charging per day. Any cruiser they use per hour for any police officer is being paid directly by Lockhart, the Lockhart team, not by the city. I just thought it was important to make sure everybody understood that. We want it to be safe, but that's built into their bid price. This Saturday, the July 4th, is our annual old-fashioned 4th of July picnic celebration on the beautiful Tudor House grounds here in New Franklin to celebrate our great nation's 250th birthday. We invite everyone to join us from 12 to 4 to enjoy a barbershop quartet, classic lawn games, and a good old-fashioned pie baking contest with a couple of celebrity guest judges from what I hear, as they are all part of this annual tradition. Food trucks, beer and wine, and free carnival games make it a can't-miss, fun-filled event. You can still sign up for the pie baking contest, Elizabeth. You want to get that pie baked?
He's doing that.
State your name and address. It's not too late. We still need donations to our Dragon Boat team, and I'd like to wrap any and all of those final donations up by the end of next week. Thank you, Mr. Allman. I found your check here today. The event again is being held on July 18th. It's for a great cause. And Captain Katie Smith of the New Franklin City team is scheduling practice soon. So limber up. Tickets for our annual Lakeside Barbecue at the Tudor House will go on sale Monday, July 6th. This event is Thursday evening, August 6th, from 6 to 9 p.m. This is a great event for the city. My first time on the mic, which I have a feeling I'll be a little shorter on the mic, but I'm working on it. And we usually raise around $10,000 at this event, which goes towards the city hosting our 10 free community events each year. These events usually cost the city around $40,000, and the rest is paid for by sponsorships and a grant from the Akron Community Foundation. No taxpayer money or parks money is needed for these events. Lastly, I would like to recognize our own Robert Keith back there, who faithfully attends our meetings and records them. Thank you for all you do, Robert. But we would also like to recognize Robert and congratulate him for being inducted into the Ohio Senior Olympics Pickleball Hall of Fame this year. Again, congratulations, and if you want to test your skills, we got the first volunteer. Robert is participating in a Pro-Am on August 29th at 6. Is that 6 p.m.? That sound right?
Yes.
At the North Canton Racket Club. His induction into the Hall of Fame wants to be celebrated, so congrats, Robert.
Thank you.
Do you have a speech or anything? Or?
I'm good.
And that concludes my mayor's report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sue, can you move on to the finance report, please?
I'm not much to report right now. We are finishing up work in the last month of our audit for 2025. So we're finishing up that, getting them a few last minute things, but that's the big thing that's going on right now. Business same as usual. Just a reminder to anybody that gets a notice or a statement from Rita that says they owe penalties or interest, please come and see us because I will definitely help you with that. We've had a lot of people come and get help, and so I keep trying to tell people so that they don't start cursing Rita and come and get some help. That's all I have.
Okay, we'll move on to old business. Farmers market.
I have farmers market, but I do want to say thank you to Susan, because Susan helped me with the bill too. And one of our friends had gotten a bill, and he came up, and he felt just as well. But we do have farmers market, it's going to be on the 9th. And I believe.
4 to 7.
4 until 7, and it's going to be at
Should
Sisler
respond.
Field. Thank you. It's going to be at Sisler Field, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
We'll see how it does. And there'll be popcorn here.
There will be popcorn. I'm going to be here with popcorn. And also at the 4th of July, we'll be with popcorn.
Excellent.
I've got a few things I want to bring up. Last week I attended a meeting where First Energy was hosting the meeting. Actually, Mayor Rucker was there as well. And the focus of the meeting was just to talk about all the improvements that First Energy's been putting into the area systems and stuff. And they gave us a little rate or a little sheet that had a bunch of interesting information. And I thought it was pretty good because they're starting to put a lot more money into the system. And then they've got a new rate structure that they're going to be able to, instead of doing reactive and maintenance that needs done today, they're going to be able to work years out, 2 to 3 years out, and do some of this big improvements as well. But just annually, they're spending about $85 million in tree and vine clearance trimming. They're putting in about $127 million a year in improvements. And then they're also working on emergency support funds, which would be for people facing financial hardships and disconnects, as well as energy assistance of another $4 million. When they were talking about there was a House, was it a Senate bill or a House bill that went to 15? Yeah, it was a Senate bill, potentially, or it was a PUCO bill. But anyways, they're going to be able to, through this mechanism, they're going to be able to charge in advance for future projects and get them on the schedule. They said this would be about a 2% increase in your electric bill, which equated to about $4 a month per typical account. One of the other things they brought up was they started talking about data centers a little bit. They were talking about how they are creating what they all call a tariff. A tariff is a charge that they have to a company or an entity that you're building electric provisions to get to them. And they're creating a tariff for data centers, if I remember correctly. Remember that?
Yeah.
So that's something they're looking at doing. They're in the process of making that happen. And what that will do, that'll help relieve any of the burden to residents and users of any of the infrastructure costs that go to support these data centers. So I thought that was interesting that they're moving forward with that. And do you have anything else to add on the First Energy thing? It was pretty informative.
No, it was. I mean, it makes you, what struck me was, some of their infrastructure is so old. The same with Enbridge. Enbridge still has wood pipes in some areas. Like it's crazy. Yeah, just learning about this, what's under our feet, things like that, how it all works is pretty intricate and detailed. So
it was encouraging to hear that they're making some corrective actions to improve the reliability in the region. So I thought that was good news.
I want to see it. Then I'll believe it.
They're going to charge us for it. One of the other things, this is maybe a longer question. This is in regards to the directional warning stuff. Can we require them through our own ordinances to do specific type of measures as they're boring, like hydro excavating all the utility crossings? That's something we can maybe look at there.
So, if you don't mind me speaking to this. So we're looking at all of that as a whole, our permit schedule, our fine schedule, really our inspection services, all of that. Our goal is by the end of the summer to have that fleshed out, review with everybody and look at all of that. Any additional legislation we would need, just have more teeth to control.
And the reason I mentioned hydro excavating versus what they call potholing. Potholing is when they expose it.
Yeah.
But if they're using a shovel or something, they're still potentially going to have damage to that.
I learned a lot about that in the last couple of weeks. Okay. Yes.
Another interesting thing is I was in a meeting earlier this week with Summit Connects, Summit County, and actually QCI is their inspection permit they have. And they were talking about the 100 plus miles of fiber they put in the ground. And through their policies and checklists and everything else, they only had 3 strikes at 100 miles of fiber, which I thought was pretty good. That's a pretty good track record, that much directional boarding.
It's eye-opening compared to the private entities that are going around doing it. It's,
Old Business Thing last night was the congratulations to Katie and for pulling off another nice event at the Tutoring House. Well attended, it was warm, but it was well attended.
I was outside too. It was stifling, wasn't it?
That's all I have for Old Business.
Anybody else old business? You want the new business?
Okay. Go ahead. So one of the things I'd like to look into for, I don't know if this summer would be too soon, but before winter, is placement of yard debris, snow, grass, leaves, stuff like that in the right of way and the road. I had a number of people reach out this past winter where people would snowplow the driveway. People across the street from them would snowplow the driveway into the side of their yard. It doesn't look bad at that moment until the snow melts and you got all that gravel in your yard that got pushed over from the neighbor's yard. In the fall, we usually see people blow their leaves out towards the road and get into the roads. And then you always have the people who actually exhaust their grass clippings into the street as well. So we could look at something to put in place. I don't recall seeing anything that's currently.
Mr. Cox has even brought up to me, like, if we do have a sidewalk in front of your yard, maintaining that, or, might be something to address with this at that time too.
Yeah.
Because we're working through that process.
So, yeah,
That was you, don't we?
Yeah, mostly in our new business district, when we started installing sidewalks through there.
Keeping that stuff clear, how that would work, kind of setting some.
Yeah, it's just something when you're putting something off your property onto the right of way or somebody else's property. I'm not sure if there's an ORC that addresses that or not.
We're just so common sense and respectful, but we know that's we're going to go farther than that.
Yeah, we had an incident in my neighborhood over this past week, and I said we'll clean it up because it becomes dangerous to certain types of activities and stuff. But and then a couple other things is 8/1, we got Pirate Days. That's one of the Pirate Days over at the State Park. That starts at 11 o'clock. Mayor already mentioned the Dragon Boat Race on the 18th and the barbecue. So that's it.
With the paving and delaying the neighborhood that was scheduled for this year, which makes total sense that we absolutely should be doing that. I'm glad we're not going to just be ripping up new pavement next year. But with all the crossovers, they're currently gravel.
We're gonna pave. We're gonna patch those and clean that up.
Okay, good. I was just concerned about the snow plows coming through there.
Yeah, no, we talked. That was my first question. When we were meeting with them, Rich, and sitting there, yeah, we're going to patch those and get that all right.
Okay, I figured so, but I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted, Ms. Agee, I want to bring up about your comments tonight, the research you did. And again, we'll have the law director give us an opinion on your concerns. But I think it's important to recognize that you did do that. You did look at that. You did bring it up to us. And that's what we need. We need citizens that are going to look at things and hold us accountable and make sure that things are being done properly. And it takes guts to do that. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to be in an uncomfortable position where, in a way, you're pointing fingers, whatever. But that's what we need. We need citizens that are going to not just get on the keyboard, but especially come to a meeting. And if there's something, if there's a concern that you have, if there's a thought that something's not right or whatever, come so we can make sure we're doing things right and and have the guts to come and do that. So I appreciate you doing that.
To segue just for a moment, we are looking at speaking of meetings and that a couple of council members, we've had Robert involved in it and Stephen Cook involved in it too, enhancing especially our audio in this room. We're probably going to, in the near future, sorry, Miss AP and everybody, push you to the podium, you know what I mean, so you can be heard. So nobody misses a beat. We'll be able to publicize more of our meetings from zoning to parks, archive it, reference it, do all those things. So we're working through that process now. We'll have more later, but we appreciate everybody's participation. But if you can't be here, we want you to hear what we're saying and
Great.
And if you want to keyboard us up, go ahead, but at least you'll be able to hear us to do it, so.
Any other new business? Seeing none, we'll move on to our second round of public questions and answers. Anything, issues raised in today's meeting?
I'm still Robin A.B., let's tell me at 12:15, two questions in regard to these project that's going on 93. Have anyone, council or the administration, contacted some of the businesses to see how they're doing?
Yes.
Because I know Manchester Garden Center is not doing well financially because of the construction that has been going on during their peak season.
No, I'll stop that after. I have not spoken
Yeah,
with her.
I would highly encourage it, also council members, to stop and just hear what's going on with that. And also, is there going to be a post-project meeting to try and, okay, what worked, what didn't work? I know where I worked, we had to go through this, every project that we did, and to say, okay, this worked, what can we improve? Like the communication maybe to the business owners?
Yeah, so we're taking notes on that, being our first big one.
Because you got the 619 thing, that's just going to be
Yeah.
even more crazy.
Well,
Construction with the roundabout that's proposed and.
For example.
So, maybe we can start thinking about that now, like, taking notes as to what's working, what's not. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be, I'm supposed to be directing my questions to council, I apologize.
You can talk to the mayor.
I didn't get that job from it.
No, I just wanted to because that's what I had to do in my job.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing. They were supposed to work at night, which would have helped the businesses, and they pulled out of that decision. It's the best way I can describe it here.
Yeah.
We are definitely doing our due diligence, how to move forward, contractors to use, what to look for. Law director and I have spoken about it. He's been in on it, Sue, everybody, because there have been valuable learning lessons in that, for sure.
Any other public comments? Seeing none, do we have a need for an executive session?
No, sir.
Sounds good. Somebody like to make a motion for adjournment? Make a motion to adjourn? Second.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Plesky?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Almond?
Oh, yes.
Next meeting. I know, but
Next meeting is August 5th.